After introduction, we need an overview. The overview is a short paragraph that describes the overall picture of what you see, so it often appears after the introduction. Today, you are going to learn how you can describe a line graph for Task 1 in IELTS Academic Writing. We are going to write the full description together, step by step, so you can learn everything fully in order to be able to write the same thing without help. Plus, we are giving away tons of Task 1 samples and templates to make the job easier for you. All you need to do is to download them for free using the link in the description. Based on IDP, Academic Writing Task 1 is an information transfer task where you describe what you see in the visual. The visual representation of the information include graph, table, chart, diagram, process, or map. And you will be asked to summarize, describe, or explain the information you see. While the task seems a bit complicated, it is the easiest thing you could do to improve your band score in writing because the steps are pretty straightforward. What you need to do is to organize your response into three main parts: an introduction, an overview, and the supporting data, which comes in 2 paragraphs. For instance, let's take this line graph. You should first look at the description, the title, and the graph itself. The description says, the graph below presents the sales figures for 3 major gaming consoles: PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch, over a period from 2015 to 2021. The title goes Gaming Console Sales 2015 to 2021. And as usual, the instruction explains that you should spend about 20 minutes on this task, which we could extend a bit longer if we are certain we can handle task 2 efficiently. Summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparisons where relevant. Write at least 150 words, which we will write a bit more to show we are capable of doing more. So, we start with an introduction paragraph. The introduction tells the examiner what you are going to write about. It is basically the writing question paraphrased. For example, you will say what the visual is, the data source, and when the data was collected, what, when, and where. Any relevant information. Remember, if there are 2 diagrams in your task, you need to introduce them both. This can be done in 1 or 2 sentences. Here, for the introduction paragraph, we could paraphrase the description and say, the line graph portrays the sales volumes of 3 known gaming consoles: PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and Xbox, over a span of 7 years between 2015 and 2021. The quantities are presented in millions of units. Here, we are being a bit more accurate by saying a line graph instead of a graph. We change presents with portraits, figures with volumes, major with known, and period with a span, only to demonstrate our broad range of vocabulary. This can considerably enhance your IELTS band score. We rephrase the years in the description to state the facts in another way, just to showcase our language skills. While rephrasing and finding synonym is the perfect way to show off your vocabulary range, you should be careful with certain words and phrases that are not to be substituted. For instance, gaming console cannot be substituted with any other synonyms. Finally, we even include more relevant information from the graph. We added the unit the graph is using to measure the cells in a passive voice, just to show the examiner that we know more complex forms of grammar. Let's go on with the second paragraph. After introduction, we need an overview. The overview is a short paragraph that describes the overall picture of what you see, so it often appears after the introduction. IDP states that presenting a clear overview is crucial for band scores 7 and higher. In simple terms, an overview is a summary of key features. The overview paragraph summarizes the main points you see, such as trends, changes, developments, stages, and any other noticeable features. Ask yourself these questions. Can you see an overall increase or decrease or fluctuation in this visual diagram? Can you see very high or very low points? Can you see more or less of something? What is the main relationship between the visuals? Is there a predicted change that will happen in the future? If you have more than one visual, your overview needs to summarize both of them. You have to present the whole picture, not just part of it. Remember that you are writing an overview, so you do not need to present data, numbers, statistics. In our line graph, we see that contrary to Xbox, which experienced a decline, the other two gaming consoles saw upward trends in terms of sales. Also, Xbox seems to be the favorite console to begin with. However, it changes place with PlayStation eventually. Nintendo Switch becomes the most popular gaming console as we approach the year 2021. So we are going to start the second paragraph with a signaling phrase that shows our overall viewpoint of the graph. Overall, the sales figures for PlayStation and Nintendo Switch console saw an uptick throughout the observed period, contrary to Xbox, which experienced a decline in popularity. Initially, the Xbox console led the market as the favored choice among the three, a status that shifted to PlayStation from 2018 to 2021, during which the Nintendo Switch emerged as the most sought-after console in the concluding years. The paragraph starts with overall, making it clear to the examiner that you are describing an overall trend or an overall picture of what you see. As you can see, the paragraph skillfully employs complex sentences with multiple clauses, enhancing the sophistication of the information presented. The use of comparative and superlative form is evident and appropriate for summarizing and comparing data. Words like most sought after and phrases such as led the market and favored choice effectively compare the popularity of the gaming console over time. Temporal expressions such as initially, from 2018 to 2021, and in the concluding years provide clear time frames for the trends being described. This temporal framing is crucial for organizing the description in a chronological and logical manner, which is a critical aspect of task achievement in IELTS Writing Task 1. The paragraph showcases a rich vocabulary that accurately describes trends and changes over time. Terms like uptick, experienced a decline, emerged as the most sought after, and concluding years offer precise and varied ways to describe data, trends, demonstrating the writer's lexical resource. The paragraph is coherent and cohesive, with a clear overall statement followed by specific details. The use of linking words like overall, contrary to, and initially contributes to the smooth flow of information, making it easier for the reader to follow the narrative. Remember to take a look at the link in the description to download a list of all signaling phrases and linking words that help you write a coherent piece of writing. IDP advises you to write an overview after your introduction as your second paragraph. This way, if you run out of time, your overview is included in your response. Now, after the introduction and the overview, you must use data to support your introduction and the overview. It seems like a good idea to write two body paragraphs in which you structure the information based on a certain logic. So, as an underlying logic, we have decided to dedicate one paragraph to how PlayStation maintained a stable market without any major shift, and the other paragraph to how Xbox and Nintendo Switch both experienced major opposing shift in terms of sales. The two paragraphs go as follows. As far as the sales are concerned, PlayStation sales embarked from a base of slightly above 20 million units in 2015, elevating to a peak of 30 million units in 2018 before slightly retracing to just over 25 million units by 2021. This trajectory underscores a robust and sustained market presence, with a notable peak indicative of its peak popularity period. In contrast, Xbox commenced the period with strong sales nearing 30 million units, maintaining relative stability until a pronounced decline post-2018, culminating in sales around 10 million units by 2021. This downturn reflects a significant change in consumer preference. Simultaneously, the Nintendo Switch witnessed an extraordinary ascent from its inception, rapidly becoming a formidable competitor in the gaming console market, with its sales soaring to rival those of PlayStation by the end of the period. As you can see, the paragraph demonstrates a mastery of complex sentence structures, employing a mixture of simple, compound, and compound complex sentences. This variety showcases the writer's grammatical range. The choice of vocabulary is both precise and varied, illustrating the writer's ability to describe trends and changes accurately. Words like embarked, elevating, retracing, culminating, and soaring are specific and vivid, enhancing the descriptive quality of the text. The paragraphs use temporal expressions effectively, providing clear references to time that help organize the narrative chronologically. Such precision is critical for task 1, where the trend over time is a key focus. The use of comparative language, in contrast, simultaneously, and structures effectively highlight differences and similarities between the two consoles. The inclusion of specific data points, slightly above 20 million units, 30 million units in 2018, demonstrates an ability to reference and summarize data accurately, a core requirement of task 1. Linking words and phrases like "as far as the sales are concerned," "in contrast," and "simultaneously" contribute to the cohesion of the narrative. The paragraphs not only report the data, but also analyze it, offering insight into the market trends and consumer preferences. This analytical approach is indicative of higher-level writing skills. The skillful use of both passive and active voice demonstrates flexibility in writing styles. That's it. Now you know how to write IELTS Academic Writing Task 1 for line graph. Remember, as always, practice is the key to success. Take the time to analyze different graphs and practice writing detailed descriptions and comparisons. We have included some samples in the link in the description. Focus on accurately conveying data, employing a wide range of vocabulary and grammar. In our next episode, we are going to cover other types of Task 1 visual representations. Now go ahead and let us know how are you handling Task 1 in the comment section. Also subscribe to our channel for more tips and strategies and practice materials. We have a dedicated comprehensive writing course playlist in our channel. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next one.